So, I have a little bit of a problem. I'm addicted to making games. And like seriously, someone needs to stage an intervention on me. I literally just finished a game jam where I made a horror game about a job application. Yes, like a literal job application was the monster. And instead of taking a break like a normal person, what did I do? I jumped into another game jam. And this time, it wasn't a horror game. I made a game about a squirrel. Yeah, a squirrel game. Welcome to Branchie. It's a 3-day game jam project that almost broke me and made me quit game dev. The jam I joined was the Diversion Summer Jam 2025, and the theme was branches. And I thought, okay, that's easy. Trees, squirrel, done. Who doesn't like squirrels? They're cute, right? That'd be a little disgusting, but they're cute. And my genius idea was, imagine running up trees, leaping from branch to branch, battling other squirrels to the death. A full squirrel battle royale game. I think that would be pretty perfect. I think that would be fun, and people would eat that up. Maybe even make it multiplayer, right? That would be crazy. But the problem was I only had 3 days, and I couldn't get all of that done. But that didn't stop me. I cracked open some energy drinks. I loaded up Unreal Engine. I grabbed this beautiful squirrel asset. Shout out to whoever made this furry little guy. And then I got to work. Day one's mission was simple. Get climbing to work. Because let's be real here. What's a squirrel game if a squirrel can't climb? Well, honestly, looking back now, it's easier said than done. My first attempt looked okay for about a few seconds, and then boom, the squirrel just falls inside the tree. It morphs inside the tree like some type of cursed glitch gremlin, clipping through reality. And I spent the entire first day trying to fix it. I was adjusting physics, tweaking collisions, punching myself in the face, and nothing seemed to work. The squirrel was refusing to act like a squirrel. And instead, it acted like someone that was trying to become one with nature in the wrong way. But yeah, by the end of day one, I had nothing but a possessed squirrel that wanted to clip through nature and basically was stuck at square one. Not exactly the fun, fast-paced squirrel battle royale type game that I had imagined and pictured. Now, the start of day two, after getting maybe like 3 hours of sleep that night, I decided to give it one last shot. I didn't want the climbing to disappear, because what's a squirrel game without climbing? So I spent a few more hours debugging, and well, I got this. You can run them across a sphere. That's pretty cool, I guess. Maybe I might make a game on that where you're like running in circles across different planets, and you can traverse from planet to planet, and it's just like a big sphere you can run in circles on. That might be pretty cool. You never know. But yeah, and then it hit me that I wasn't gonna get this to work. So I scrapped in the climbing entirely and just threw the whole feature in the trash can, and came up with a new plan. Pretty simple, easy plan. Squirrel doesn't climb. The squirrel just jumps. So I had a squirrel that could run around and jump between branches, but then another problem popped up. What's the actual gameplay going to be? And I thought about a few things. I thought about making just a basic platformer, maybe collecting nuts for points, but it didn't really feel fun or exciting, and I really felt my motivation dwindling. My motivation was being pulled out of me. I was losing all my steam and all my momentum. But that's when it hit me. What if it was about stealing acorns? Like a full-on squirrel warfare, where you had to raid other squirrels' nests, you had to steal their stash, and then bring it back to yours. capture the flag, but with squirrels and acorns and nuts and stuff. And except I came to the realization I'm not going to get multiplayer done in one day. I will not be able to do it, especially not for the game jam. So I settled on the idea of spawning AI squirrels to protect the nest, and it was just AI enemies that you just kill along the way, right? I quickly, on the last day, and I had a few hours left. I was supposed to turn it in at 4:59 p.m. and I had to quickly throw together the core gameplay loop. So I was thinking there's going to be 4 nests in total. There's going to be your nest where you have to bring back all the acorns, and the 3 enemy nests. Each nest are going to have one big acorn in there that kind of spins around, and your goal is to climb through the branches, avoid falling off and dying, avoid getting killed by the enemy squirrels, and killing the squirrels while you make it to the nest, and you bring that back to your own. Pretty simple, right? Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, it really wasn't that simple. It came with a lot of a challenge, but that's the fun part of game dev. You overcome these challenges and you figure it out and you problem solve, and maybe not the most efficient way or the best way or the industry standard way or whatever, but you figure it out. It's fun. But then yeah, I slapped together some menus. We added some music in there. We tossed in a few sound effects, and we kind of prayed to Unreal gods that maybe Unreal wouldn't explode and crash, and I wouldn't be able to turn it in. So with literally I think it was 3 minutes to spare, I hit submit, turned in the game jam, and game complete. Well, that's when I realized where it was kind of complete. It was not a fully functional game. Because I started testing after the jam, and the bugs came crawling out like little cockroaches, crawling out of the dark. They were everywhere. And I was like, I just submitted a broken buggy game to the game jam. And here are just a few of them. So, bug 1. Sometimes when you got hit, the squirrel just changed colors. Like, why? Who gave this squirrel a color swap power up? I didn't do that. I didn't put that in there. So why does he have it? And bug 2. If you die while holding an acorn, it's gone. Forever. You literally can't win the game. It's just gone. You can't pick it back up, and you can't turn it back in even though you collected it. So GG, pack it up, boys. You ain't winning. And bug 3, which is not really a big major one, but it kind of hurt my heart because you can just skip through my logs that I put in there for the nest, the entrances to the nest, the logs. You can skip that by just jumping on top of it and running over there. And then it also lists where you can jump outside the map and start parkouring where places you weren't supposed to parkour. Yeah, it just ruins my scene in there. So there's that. So now the big thing is, what did I actually learn from making Branchie and doing this game jam? Well, 3 things that went right. I managed to finish something playable in 2 days. I'm not going to say 3, because that first day I wasted. But 2 days. And the gameplay is kind of fun. It was kind of fun. I think the AI needs to do a little bit more work, and maybe a few more actual gameplay elements in there for the core loop. But overall, I thought it was pretty cool, pretty fun. The whole idea was pretty great. And honestly, the squirrel asset was carrying the whole project. So whoever made that asset, thank you. That was amazing. It was probably the best asset I've ever used. Now, what went wrong? Now, this can be tied into 3 or 1. It kind of all ties in together because it's a giant chain reaction of what went wrong and why it went wrong. So it was overscoping. The climbing. I spent too much time trying to fix the climbing and trying so hard to make it work. It has to be in there. It has to be climbing. It's a squirrel game. It has to have climbing. I should have just cut it sooner instead of wasting a full day, and that would have helped avoid having bugs everywhere I looked, and I probably would have been able to turn in a better playable game. And with that being said, I probably would have had more time to playtest, to find these bugs and fix them before I turned in the project. But honestly, that's the beauty of game jams. You try wild ideas, you fail and you fall on your face, and sometimes you end up with something fun despite the chaos and despite all the headaches and the trauma and the heartache. It's something I love to do. It's amazing, and I wouldn't change anything I've done. It's a great learning experience. But so yeah, this and that and this entire thing, that's Branchie. It's the squirrel game I built in 2 days that almost broke me and almost made me quit. And if you want to try it out yourself, it's up on my itch page right now. So link is in the description. Go ahead and click that baby out and try it out. And hey, don't forget to like and subscribe. The squirrel gets it.